Feels good. Feels good to just have something to work towards after having a year of not having something to work towards. I've always been in the gym, but it's nice to have a goal, have an opponent. This fight in particular has been simmering for quite some time, so looking forward to getting in there, doing the job. I just want to be a champion who fights often, regular, and fights the best guys. I don't want to be these guys who fight, with big breaks in between, because that's what's happened. Nothing to do with me. I'm ready to put a stop to that, be active, be an active champion, be a defending champion, and fight the best guys. He's the number one contender, so I think that's what champions should do, is they should fight the number one contenders. I'm the champion. He's the next best guy. Let's fight and find out who the best guy is. That's the way it's supposed to go. Cyril's a really good opponent. He's really unique with his style. I've never fought anyone like him before. That being said, he's never fought anybody like me before. So let's get in there, see what happens. That's what dreams are made of, isn't it? That's what I got into this sport to do, is to be the UFC heavyweight champion. To walk out there, last on the card, everyone's waiting for me, walk in there, put in a big performance. When I was a little boy putting the gloves on for the first time, I was thinking about this kind of stuff, so I always have to keep reminding myself this the whole time. Is like, all the pressure, all the titles, all the fans and all that aside, I'm here doing what I love, I'm here doing what I dream of, and looking forward to doing it.
I've considered myself very lucky, because there's a lot of times that I didn't want to do the sport. Yeah. Especially I think a lot of people who are not involved with the sport and not fighting professionally don't realise how hard it is financially.
Oh, it is.
And especially when I had kids and stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted to quit so many times because I'm I just need to get some money. Yeah. Pretty much. And then a lot of the times, my dad reminded me, look, we've done this for a long time. You can't stop now. You're right there. Just keep going at it. Yeah. And I'm very, very lucky that I've got my dad. Not just for that, for plenty of reasons.
Of course.
Tom Aspinall has finally reached his breaking point. After months of silence and growing frustration, the heavyweight champion is fed up with being overlooked, while the UFC continues to favor Jon Jones. Recent reports suggesting that Alex Pereira and Jon Jones might headline the historic UFC White House event have sparked outrage within the MMA community and from Aspinall himself. Throughout his career, Aspinall has remained loyal to the UFC, representing the sport with respect, professionalism, and undeniable dominance.
You make of Tom Aspinall?
I think he's awesome. I think he should go on and have a wonderful career.
Do you think that he needs you?
No, I think he needs me. I think he's not in a position. It's just the truth. Because if I whoop his, it's going to be the next guy. There's going to be a whole new fan base of somebody who everybody believes in. I've done this my whole adult life. When you want something bad enough, and if you get it, it could be the worst thing that could ever happen to you.
What would it take to fight Tom Aspinall?
I'll see you guys later.
I guess the clarifying question then is, if Dana and Hunter do come to you after this fight, the figures make sense to you, would you then be open to fighting Tom Aspinall, or are you categorically thinking, he does nothing for me, I will not fight that guy?
He does nothing for me. He does nothing for me. If you're a person that wants to see me really challenged, then I get it. 7 years younger, 35 pounds bigger than me, right? I get it. It's wow, this John's so good. We finally found someone way younger and way bigger than him. Let's see how he does it. I get that narrative. But for me, if you were my manager, if you were on my team, why not fight against Pereira, a guy who's the same age as you, and we walk around the same exact size? Business-wise, it makes more sense. Fight I'm going to call him this, fight the nobody that may be more dangerous, or fight the guy with all the accolades who's incredibly dangerous, but it actually will affect.
Right here. Throws that body shot, lands the body shot. Now, is he open? Yes, you can't protect yourself at all times when you're trying to fight. If you're going to try to hit somebody, you have to open up something in order to generate the right power. I go like this and knee him, but I'm not going to generate enough power to have him, respect that. So he's able to land this beautiful knee, drops down, and pop, get his foot down and land a beautiful 1-2. And then he's able to, boom, right there, bop.
To Ciryl Gane, the heavyweight division is absolutely cooked. The heavyweight division in the UFC is already hanging on by thin ice at the moment. Legitimately, the only good fight that's interesting that I'm actually excited for in this division is Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. Everyone is already expecting Tom Aspinall to beat Ciryl Gane, but what if he doesn't? We all built up this image of Tom Aspinall as the only person that could defeat Jon Jones. Gun to your head right now, name 10 heavyweight UFC fighters. If you're like me, you probably only got to 5. It's just not a marketable division right now, and the stakes for Tom Aspinall in this fight are just so extremely high because he has so much hype going for him right now. And if Ciryl Gane beats Tom Aspinall, I am not ready for the absolute Twitter rant that Jon Jones is going to have. I do not want Jon Jones to be validated like this. None of us do. You just know he's going to have the biggest I told you so moment if Tom...
Once again, Tom Aspinall is being overlooked as the spotlight shifts to the so-called bigger names. Dana White and the UFC seem fixated on promoting blockbuster matchups, even if it means sidelining the fighter who truly deserves it. Fans are calling this a disgrace, and Aspinall stands with them. He's been clear that the fight with Jon Jones is the one that should happen. Yet, the UFC is going all out to set up a Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira superfight at light heavyweight, completely ignoring the fact that Aspinall is the current interim heavyweight champion, waiting to unify the titles.
You said you don't really care about the belts, you really want to prove you're the best. Is there any other fighter in the heavyweight division that you feel you need to beat to prove that you are the best, other than Ciryl Gane?
Yeah, there's lots of guys. There's lots of guys, man. But I'm the kind of guy who doesn't look past my opponent. I'm very, very serious about this fight. I've been training for the last year without a break. I've had absolutely no breaks. I'm much better now than I was in my last fight, and I want to show that. But as far as other heavyweights and stuff, right now that doesn't really interest me. Jon Jones is retired, so I don't really have much to say on that, to be honest. So I'm fighting this guy, and this guy's really good, so I'll be as ready as I can be.
Tom Aspinall is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. What's the first step for him?
You give him the one contender, Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is somebody that's a big heavyweight, that's very agile. I don't think Tom Aspinall gets rid of him right away like he has with other people. And I think that'll be a big indication if Jon Jones wants to come back and reclaim that bout once again.
I think you're absolutely right. Fight that makes sense. Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane. Let's make that happen. Ciryl Gane is, people forget how fantastic he is. A guy that could kind of float around the octagon, touch you, kick you, hit you with elbow. He's just a complete game. But man, Tom's movement, his boxing, speed, and his power, it's very, very difficult to doubt this man anymore.
Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane is official, and I cannot wait to see some of your reactions when Ciryl Gane gets a unanimous decision over Tom Aspinall. Now, that's not an official prediction from me, at least not yet, but I think some of you guys need to realize how close this fight really could be. I know the common expectation here is that Tom Aspinall is just going to walk through Ciryl Gane in the first round, whether by knockout or whether by grappling. Everybody thinks Tom Aspinall is going to make it look easy. But if that happens, I would be very, very surprised. Ciryl Gane is being underrated here. People are very down on Ciryl Gane right now, and understandably so. He got submitted in the very first round by Jon Jones, and also he didn't look great against Volkov. He won the decision, but a lot of people thought he lost. I'm telling you guys right now, in a 5-round fight, if Ciryl Gane could avoid the big shot, I actually think he has a really, really solid chance of winning. People say Tom Aspinall is the most agile heavyweight of all time, but don't forget, before Tom Aspinall, everybody was saying that about Ciryl Gane. And in my opinion, Ciryl Gane beat Francis Ngannou on the scorecards, and some people would argue Francis Ngannou at that time was the greatest heavyweight we had ever seen. So I am going to withhold from making an official prediction right now, but do not be surprised if I end up picking Ciryl Gane over Tom Aspinall, and do not be surprised.
Make matters worse, Jon Jones has barely stepped into the octagon in years. He's pulled out of multiple fights, avoided Aspinall at every opportunity, yet somehow still receives royal treatment. Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall has been carrying the heavyweight division on his back while Jones stays on the sidelines. Despite this, it's Jones who gets the glory, the headlines, and the unwavering trust of Dana White. The MMA community has erupted in response. Voices like Joe Rogan, Daniel Cormier, and Michael Bisping are all speaking out, agreeing that Aspinall deserves far better. He's proven himself against the toughest competition, finished opponents with devastating efficiency, and demonstrated the skill set of a true generational talent. But because he's not loud, controversial, or known for creating chaos, the UFC keeps pushing him to the sidelines. Fans are running out of patience, seeing this as the same old story, UFC prioritizing profit over merit. If the Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira fight really takes place at the White House, it could ignite one of the biggest controversies in recent MMA history. Aspinall has said in interviews that he's not interested in politics. He just wants to fight. But this time, his silence has ended. He's fighting back, calling out the UFC for valuing stardom over skill.